go live. All right. So YouTube, we are live. This is our YouTube channel. We're streaming this tonight because we're having technical difficulties. So if we can't, or we get dropped, or something happens on Facebook, that's what this one is for. And of course, now we have a video of this forever. I'm going to go to Facebook. We were able to download Mozilla Firefox. So we should be able to do our video. So let's see.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. 3, 2, 1. All right.
Looks like it's working. Nice.
Okay. It looks like we're doing our little delay there. We're live for seconds. Guys, I hope this works. I hope there's no mess-ups during our training tonight. We did it. We were able to get onto Firefox, download Firefox, and put it on the business laptop so that we could use the good camera with the higher quality for this class. So as you guys join us, log in, tell us if anything's going wrong, check in. We're going to wait to see if some people join us tonight. This should be a good class. We're going to teach some striking skill sets tonight, but we're going to wait 6:30, and we're going to see if this technology works. And since no one's here, I can say in all sincerity, for those of you that will be watching this later, I'm old enough to remember when the contest was between Chrome and Firefox to steal our hearts and minds because Microsoft Explorer was so horrible. And it was the same thing as, for those even older, it was the Betamax versus VHF. And I always loved Firefox, but it was Betamax, and it wasn't supported like Chrome was. And Chrome took over the whole market, and so we all moved to Chrome. And now we're all going to come back to Firefox because apparently we can't use Chrome on Facebook anymore. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't care. And why should he? Right? Yeah. We're going to choose Facebook over everything else, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, we're up. We're running. If you join us, please sign in and show us that you're here. We are doing this on our YouTube channel, which is live streaming on oneworldma.com. And so we are going to do this tonight. And we're going to go over some striking skill sets that I really like. What does that mean? That means you're going to need some focus mitts or kicking shields or standing bags. And we're going to show you a series of drills, and we're going to do them tonight. And I'm going to kind of demonstrate them, and then I'm going to make poor Side Mouse do them. And then we'll teach you a new set. So we should be able to teach you 4 or 5 skill sets tonight that you can work on and do them in rounds. Okay, these skill sets are meant to be done the way I like to teach them, in rounds. You can pick a random number and do 100 of them. Right? You can pick around. I'm going to do 50 of them, 20 of them. But I like to do rounds because of the cardio aspect of that. And I know exactly how long my workout will take. Right? If I do a 2-minute round and a 3-minute break, or a 2-minute round and a 2-minute break, and I want to work for 20 minutes, I got 10 rounds and I'm exhausted and I'm done. Right? You can do that. You can do that in a 40-minute class. 45. Did I say 20-minute class? I mean 40. Sorry, it's 45-minute class. Anyway, nobody's here, so no one saw it messed up. But if you had 20 minutes, you could do 5 of them with a 2-minute break. That's 5 rounds, which, you know, as an amateur, that's a lot of fighting. Okay, that's a good workout, 20 minutes. Anaerobic, and a little bit of everything. Good workout. All right, so it is time to go. If you join us, sign in and let us know you're here. Everything seems to be working tonight. I'm not sure how that happened. We got lucky. Yay, Firefox. We got our camera working. Apparently the sound's working. I hope everything's good. Let us know. Okay, we're going to bow in and we're going to get started even though nobody's here. So I'm still going to join us tonight as usual. Feet together, arms out. Take a step. Bow. Okay. So tonight, we're going to be talking about skill set work. So because it's just right now, and we're going to work in the beginning here as somebody's joining us. That's great. Oh, Tim, cool. Man, Tim, you are probably our most dedicated Monday student. I swear, you're here almost every week, and I love that. We just were talking and telling everybody who wasn't here, what we're doing tonight. And we're going to be working skill set training tonight. So striking skill sets. We're going to be talking a little bit about working on a bag or working with focus mitts if you have a partner. And we're going to be teaching these things. So we're going to, I don't know if you have a partner. Let me know if you've got a bag or something you can work on your own, Tim, so that we can follow along. If you don't, if you've got a partner with focus mitts, we can work on that tonight. But just let me know what you've got. We're going to teach the first one with the standing bag tonight. So let me bring this out. So the first thing we're going to do working with our standing bag is we're going to work the basic striking drill. Now, these aren't actually heavy bags. If you've got a heavy bag hanging, there are tried and true methods of training on a heavy bag to develop power, to develop strength, to develop endurance, okay? But that typically when you're working a heavy bag that way, you're not developing mobility. You're not developing footwork. And that's okay. You use the tool for the right job. Now, when you've got a standing bag, you've got an opportunity to do something a little hybrid. And I like to work the hybrid drills. I get bored easy. So after many years of working with my instructor and hitting a heavy bag, go give me 100 jabs, 100 crosses, 100 left hooks, 100 right hooks, 100 right digs, 100 left digs, okay? Come back and tell me when you're done. And I get all those done, I come back and my arms are tired, I'm sore. And he says, okay, now work your combos, 100 1-2s, now work 100 3-4s, okay? Then work a low 3 and a high 4, and then come back and tell me when you've done 100 all else, right? And you can just do that forever, and that's great. But I like to work in 2-minute rounds so that we can work, like we were saying, you can do 5 2-minute rounds with a 2-minute break, and you're done your whole workout in 20 minutes, and you've done a little thing with. I like to work a little bit of angles and a little bit of V work. So that's V work is the idea of you come in at a 45-degree angle and you exit at a 45-degree angle the other way, or vice versa. And I like to do that. So I like to, if I'm stepping up on my bag and I'm facing the bag straight on, I'll take a half step over here. So now I'm going to come in at a 45-degree and step in and throw my jab, right? Or I'm going to step in and throw my jab cross, right? And then when I leave, I'm going to exit out this way and just back out. And then I'll step in and throw from this way. And then step out this way. And step in and throw it. And step out this way. And step in and throw it. And step out this way. And I'll do that for about 2 minutes. Now, you don't have to go in and out and in and out like a machine. You don't have to be a piston, in and out and in and out. You can move and you can work your footwork. So you can take it as an opportunity to stay light on your feet, keep your hands up, move around, and step in, and step out. Move around, step in, step out, move around. So you don't have to just try to go as many punches as you can in 2 minutes. You work on your mobility, your movement, and really good punches. And that's the first drill we're going to work. Just the jab cross. Now Miles is going to do that for 1 minute, and then he's going to switch for the second minute, and he's just going to work his 3-4, his hooks. So he's going to step in and throw his left hook high, and his right hook low. When he throws that left hook, he's going to step out. When he steps in here, high and low, step out. When he steps in, step out. And he's going to drop his weight when he throws. He's going to throw here, and then drop, and step out. He's not going to go here. Okay? Hand's not coming down here. Drop your body. Step out. Step in and throw high. Step out. Okay? And get it tight. He's going to do that for 1 minute. That's our first 2-minute round. And nobody else has answered anything yet. But that's what we're going to do first. Okay? So let me get my timer. Boop, 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 boop. Which I should have set up before class, but I was too busy downloading Mozilla Firefox. And we're not going to go 2 and 2 today because we have to teach these drills. But you can go 2 and 2. I love this little app. There's a dozen apps you can use to do these things.
Yeah, just look up the little timer, you'll find a bunch.
If you were to use this app, I don't know if you can see it because of the camera. It's bad. Anyway, if you use this app, or any of these apps really, this one is called Interval Timer. What a shocker, huh? Interval Timer. And it's got 5 sets, 2 minutes, 2-minute break. I hit start, Gives me a second countdown. 3, 2, 1, boot. And then Simon Miles will work for 2 minutes, okay? So Simon Miles is going to show you, we're going to work the V. This is the first round. Hopefully you guys have already warmed up. If you've got somebody with focus mitts, they can hold it for the 1, 2. Or they can hold it for the 3, 4. Same thing, okay? Ready, Simon Miles? Give me a 2-minute round. Take your time. Don't just kill yourself, but give yourself a good hard 2 minutes. Go. Work it with him if you can. Good. Turn that shoulder into that cross, Simon Miles. Hit them good. I want punches. I want boxing punches. That's right. Boxing punches. That's right. Stretch those arms in. Good. And he's stepping in with his V, and he's stepping in, and he's working his footwork, and he's just moving around. He's not just going in and out, in and out, in and out. He's thinking, he's stepping, he's relaxing, he's catching his breath. Right? Now, Simon Miles, show them some of the common mistakes where they leave the jab out when they throw the cross. Okay? Go in there, show them that. So sometimes they leave the jab out there, they go boom, boom, and then pull them back. Pass those hands when you punch. Boom, boom. Bring them back in. Show them the common mistake of leaving the cross out when they leave. Yeah. Gosh, I hate that. Boom, boom. That cross stays out there. Don't let that cross stay out there. Get that hand back. Boom, boom. Bring it back. Bring it back. Okay, so that's been 1 minute. That's been 1 minute. Simon Miles, switch off the bag and use me. Hooks. Good. See, and I can just hold the hooks for him. Good. And now, because he's got me, I can move. Okay, and I can move back here, and he's got to come in and get me. Good. Right? Show him some of the mistakes of standing up too high. He's trying to punch with the arms. Right? He's punching with the arms. He lean with the chin. You see him lean with the chin? Simon Miles is doing all of them wrong. Good. Good. He keeps tight. He stays tucked. And he keeps moving. He's doing good. We're almost out of time. We're going to keep going. This is where it starts to get hard. You think, why am I not done? It's got to be 7 minutes by now. It's not. We've got about 20, 30 seconds left. So he's going to move around a little bit. He's going to move around a little bit. He's going to catch his breath. And he's going to think about that first hook, the high hook. See that? Boom, much stronger. He's going to start relaxing his body, let his body turn, do the work. There it is. There it is. And time. Good. So, I'm making Simon Miles nice and tired today. All right. So that's the first round. That's just jab cross, and that's just hook hook. It's a really good drill to do if you've got a standing bag. It's okay to do with the heavy bag. The problem is with the heavy bags start swinging. Okay? And that's not a problem if you're working power and timing on your punches. That's actually a great thing. When the bag starts swinging, you can throw your punches and stop the bag. You can have somebody holding the bag so you can just work your power punches. But you can also step in and hit it and start swinging. And then you just start working the timing with the bags. It's swinging. Boom, boom. And it swings around. And as it swings at the arc, boom, boom. And you swing and it swings back and forth. It swings back. Boom, boom. It swings up at the peak of the swing. Boom, boom. As it starts to go back. You'll learn really fast. If the bag's swinging for you and you jab, yeah, it doesn't work that well. So you learn a lot that way. But with these bags, that doesn't happen. So I like to work more footwork when we have a standing bag. I like to more relax, more speed, more technique, and more accuracy with focus mitts. Okay, right tool for the job. Now, that's the first drill, and I like to do that. Then you get a 2-minute break, and then you'll work a very similar drill with kicking, okay, where you move around, and you stay loose on your toes, and you step in, and we'll do, there's a whole bunch. Let's start with the basic one, where you can switch step, and you can move around, you can switch, and you can just kick with any foot you want, but I want you just throwing the roundhouse kick. You can do this with front kick. You can do this with roundhouse kick. You can do this with side kick. You can also take it and start doing a front leg kick followed by a roundhouse kick, right? You start moving around a front kick to set it up. Set that roundhouse kick in, right? You can move around and you can just throw your front kick, boom, and you can start mixing and matching. But if you get carried away with mixing and matching and throwing whatever you want, you run the risk of unintentionally not training any one thing a significant amount. If you say for 2 minutes, I'm only going to roundhouse kick, you're going to do a lot of roundhouse kicks, and that's going to help you. So you're going to move around, and you're going to do the roundhouse kick, okay? Now, I'm going to have Simon Miles do this, and he's going to go kind of slow the first minute because I want to show you all the ways we can screw up our kicking drill, and I don't want you to do that, all right? But let me turn this on, and I got to remember to set that a little less. But when you're moving around, you can move around. Instead of the V, you can just circle. And you can circle either way. And you can just put the right foot back and kick with the back leg. And so for this first round, you're going to kick with the back leg. So sometimes one of the mistakes people make is they move around, they start kicking with that front leg. And I'm like, stop. That's not what I wanted you to do. You can totally do that in real life. It's not what we're training. Train the back leg, the power kick. Train one really good kick. Don't knock over your bag. Okay? So you don't kick hard enough to knock over the bag. It's not a macho ego thing. It's not like, hey, look, I can make myself stop by sticking the bag over. No, don't do that. Okay? Just don't try to, right? It's not a tie back. So you're going to move around. You're just going to throw that roundhouse low. Move around. Maybe switch your feet. Throw it the other leg. But always throw from the back leg. Throw a middle one. Move around. Switch your feet. Kick from the back one. A little higher. Move around. Stay on your feet. Move around. Don't kick from the front leg. Keep your hands up. We're going to show you a little bit here of some of the problems that you see a lot of. Here we go. You ready, Sam Miles?
Yep.
All right, everybody get ready. You got a lot of break there. Lucky you. And here we go. Hands up. Go. Only back leg roundhouse kick. Now, Sam Miles, take your time and show somebody the problem of not stepping across the kick, but stepping in and jamming the roundhouse kick. And he's jamming. He's stepping in. Never step straight in. Move around, show him from this side. He steps in and jams it. Okay? We're not throwing those knees. Step across your target. And slam the leg through. Exhale when you kick. Don't hold your breath. Show him holding your breath. Right? It actually robs you of power. Exhale. Breathe. When you kick. Right? Exhale. Right? And you can switch up. Use both feet. Don't get so stuck that you never switch. And you always work one leg or another. Remember, this is martial arts. It's not just sport. In sport, you pick a good side, you train that side, you get as good as you can. But martial arts, we want to use both sides equally. We want to train both sides equally. Okay? Belt came loose. It's okay, Sam. Remember, it's not your workout. It's their workout. Keep working. Now, Sam, I'll show them some of the mistakes where you put your arms down and spin your arms around. Okay? And the traditional kicks, we'll rotate and spin those arms, and that's great. But that's modern kicking. We don't like that. We like to keep our hands up and come around this side. Sam, I'll show them that small circle, the breath. Good. The hand just moves just a little bit like this. Let me get that on the camera. A little bit like this as you kick. So you pull it into here, not down here. Okay, when you kick, pull the kick in here, pull the hand in. See his hand just kind of pistoning just like that, and it's coming back up. Good. And he's just moving around. And let's suppose you're a beginner, okay? And you're getting really tired. Show him some weaker kicks, like you get really tired. And you're running out of steam. And you're kicking, you're starting to wobble and fall over, okay? And you're not recovering. Okay, stop. Just keep moving. Simons, dance around that thing and work your stuff. You're too tired, okay? Recover. Don't kick badly. And you just get your energy back, okay? Don't use it as an excuse. Don't quit because you can, all right? And time, 2 minutes, okay? As long as you're still moving, you're practicing the idea of movement and mobility, which is really important. And that's what I like. So that'd be your second round. Now, the truth is, you've only been training for 6 minutes at this point. You've done 2 2-minute rounds with 1 2-minute break, and now you're getting another 2-minute break. So at the end of this, when you start your third set, you are only 8 minutes into your workout. Okay? And I like to go up and down and up and down. So today's workout, we started punching, then we did kicking, and now we're going to do punching again. Okay? Now, let me stop and talk to you about this one that we're going to do. Why won't this stop? There we go. It's just a little button. Technology. All right, so the next one we're going to do, if we want to work with our bag and we want to do some things, we're just going to work some combos. Now, if we want to work the combos with a standing bag, okay, or the focus mitts with a partner, we want to work speed, technique, learn to relax our body, keep our shoulders loose, okay? And we don't want to just go, like I said, we don't want to go like a machine. We don't want to go, I have to hit 200 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way to 200, right? We want to stay relaxed. We want to move. We want to think about our policy of movement and mobility, finding our openings, creating openings, exposing weaknesses of the opponent by movement and mobility, and we can see their tendencies that way. So we're going to come up here with this, but we're going to work a specific set of combos. Now, in the beginning, you can just work a specific combo. And you say, I'm going to train for 2 minutes, and I'm going to do the 1, 2, 3 10 times. And then I'm going to do the 1, 2, dig 5 3 times. And then I'm going to do the 3, 4, 5 3 times. You can just pick a combo that I'm going to do 10 times. And you do those combos, and if you get through and it hasn't been 2 minutes, you start over at the top. And you just go for 2 minutes. As you get more advanced with it, you can start shadow boxing your bag, which means you can throw any combos you want. All right, because you can throw 3-punch combos, 2-punch combos, 5-punch combos, 7-punch combos, 2-punch combos, 1 punch, 1 punch, 5-punch, 3-punch, 2-punch, 4-punch, 1 punch, 3-punch. You can do whatever you want as you work around. But in the beginning, we like to methodically work through a series. So what Simon Miles is going to do here for this first minute on the bag is he's going to show you, he's going to do 10 1-2s, 10 3-4s, then he's going to go 10 1-2-3s, then he's going to go 10 1-2-3-4s. Okay? And then we'll stop, even though it will be 2 minutes, and then we'll show what you could do if you had somebody with focus mitts and you just wanted to work your combos with somebody with a focus mitt. Because it's a little different. The guy with the focus mitt needs to call out your combo. It's a little harder. Okay? Or you've got to know what your combos are up front. Okay? So Simon Miles, you're going to do 1-2s, 3-4s, 1-2-3s, 1-2-3-4s, 10 each. Okay? And he's going to move around, and he's not going to hammer it. He's going to work it. You may begin, sir. Go. Everybody, go. 10 1-2s. Those are long punches. Punch from as far away as you can. Step in and punch as far away as you can. When you get to 10 of those, right? Bring those hands back after you punch. Good. Bring them back. Snap them out. Snap them back. Good. Then he goes to his 3-4. Now he's doing his hooks. Head hook, body hook. 3-quarter. He's doing 10 of those. 10 of those. Okay? Good. You're 40 seconds into your round already, guys. Keep going. Keep going. 3-4. Okay? Then you're going to get to your 1-2-3. Good. 1-2-3. Good. Move, move, move. 3. Good. Step. Connect your feet with your hands. So I'm showing the mistake where somebody just plants their feet and goes 1, 2, 3 without moving. Right? There's no power there. They can't turn. They're not on their toes. They're not stepping. Okay? Good. Keep going. Good, go. When you get to 10 1-2-3s, go to 1, 2, 3, 4. Straighten up, take a deep breath, start moving around, and give me 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Good. Now, you're getting very tired, especially you beginners. You're going to see Simon Miles showing the blah, 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 blah that people do. They start getting tired. They start dropping their hands. They start going slow and not hitting hard. That's the opposite of what I want you to do. I want you to exhale and throw your body. Punch with your body. Forget your hands. You're too tired. Your arms are tired. Turn your body. Turn, 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 turn. Turn the body. Let the body do the work. Let the legs do the work. Let the body do the work. Okay? And just breathe and be light. Now, you get through the 10, you can start over at the top. If you're working with somebody with focus mitts, keep going. If you get done, start over at the top. We're out of time. But we can do this. I would call now. Hands up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Right? And I would just call out what he's doing for 2 minutes. I'd call it 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And I could just, if we were doing 10, I would say 1, 2, 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 times. And I would call it out, which would help make sure he's throwing the right punches and hitting the focus mitt, and we're all on the same page. Okay? All right. That's third round. Good. Of course, Simon Miles has to do 2 things. He has to think about teaching you while working out. And I didn't tell him we were doing this tonight. All right. But that's why he's the student and I'm the fat old man. All right. Round 4. Okay? Remember now, you've done 3 rounds. That's 6 minutes of training and 4 minutes of rest. Right? But we're already almost done. Right? We're already almost done. So we got 2 more rounds to go. So you take a 2-minute break, you catch your breath, and then you're going to do another thing with kicking. And the kicking skill set I want you to work on here is I want you to work through your 3 basic kicks. I want you to do a back leg front kick, back leg roundhouse kick, back leg side kick. Now to do that, you're going to move around and you're going to do your back leg front kick. You're going to move around, you're going to move around, you're going to move around. You're You're gonna do your back leg roundhouse kick. You're gonna move around, you're gonna move around. And then you're gonna do your back leg side kick. Move around, move around. Now, while I'm showing you that, did you see how slow my side kick was? That's awful, okay? You don't wanna do that. If you're dancing around, let me get to the other side so that I can turn into the camera. If I'm dancing around and I bring my leg up and kick, that's great, but it's way too slow, okay, if I leave it out there. So what I'm going to do that kick is I'm going to be stepping in, and it's going to become like a front leg. So it's like stepping in, and then I snap that leg out, right? Or I'm going to step in and drive the knee up, drive the knee down, and come down, right? And so I don't want to do this, and come back. I want to just piston that leg and snap it in, and move around, okay? And try to get back to the ground and recover. So you're going to take your time, and you're going to do back leg, excuse me. Back leg front kick, a back leg roundhouse kick, a back leg side kick, front, round, side, front, round, side, and make sure you work both legs. Work it any way you want. Some people like to go 3 right, 3 left, 3 right, 3 left. Some people like to go right for a minute, left for a minute. Your call, whatever makes you happy, but this is methodical, not freestyle. You are going to do front, roundhouse, side. Front, roundhouse, side. Somehow, you want to work one leg for a minute and then the other, or do you want to take turns switching?
I think I'll take turns switching.
You're going to take turns switching, okay? So that's the next round. That's what we're going to do here. He's going to do this. Now, one of the things that happens as we get tired is the knee doesn't come up very fast. So now we start swinging up like a rocket. Instead of lifting the knee, kicking in, recovering, and stepping back. Okay? Lifting the knee, kicking, recovering, stepping back. Right? Pistoning, kicking, recovering, stepping back. The first thing that happens when we get tired is this. Knee stays down. Knee stays, I just kicked this thing with my foot. Right? I kicked the bitch with my foot because I'm tired. Yeah, you're tired. Lift your knee. Okay? Let your body do the work. Okay? Get that knee up. Second thing that happens, hands come down. Hands down. Right? So those are the things you got to watch out for. Keep your hands up, move around. And again, as a beginner, if you get tired, work on your mobility, move around, catch your breath. Make every kick count. Try to exhale when you kick. A thing a lot of beginners do when they get tired is they breathe in and hold their breath, trying to lift that knee. Right? Right? Way too late. I need to exhale as I kick. Okay? Exhale as you kick. Okay? Exhale as you kick. And you notice again, 5 miles an hour when we're teaching this stuff, we don't usually kick much higher than this. Okay? Where is that? That's my ribs. Okay? We don't usually kick much higher than this. All right? We're not walking around saying, how high can I do this? Move around and kick high. Right? We're not doing that. Don't. It's nice if you can, but we're a kick low, punch high system. Very rarely are our kicks supposed to go up much higher than our waist. Okay? Our knees usually go higher than our kicks. Our knees come in here. Our kicks are usually all in here. Okay? So, flexibility and range of motion is important, but we don't actually use it in real life. So you train it because it'll make your lower kick stronger. The more range of motion you have and the more flexibility you have, the more strength you'll be able to put into your lower kicks. Okay? But we don't kick high. So if you can kick effectively, and you can kick technically proficient at shoulder or head, knock yourself out. But as long as it's up to here, I'm pretty happy. Okay? So let's show you. Simon's going to alternate. He's going to do 3 on the right, 3 on the left. Front, roundhouse, side. Front, roundhouse, side. Now, one of the things that also happens, you can evolve it into back leg front, back leg roundhouse, front leg side. Some people do that because some people just like throwing the side kick from the front leg better. I'd like you to just work your back leg right now. Okay? Here we go. You ready, Simons?
Yep.
All right, hold on. We got 12 seconds left to our rest. All right. Now, Simons, every once in a while, act like you're exhausted and make mistakes so I can call it out. Okay? And point it out. Here we go. 2, 1, and go. Keep your hands up. Move around. Good. Nice kick. Move around. Good. 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 So you can see everybody has a different set of style, different way of moving. Simon Miles likes to keep his kicks low and thrust hips forward. He likes to X his arms and point his elbows. We've been doing that for a while. You don't have to do that. Okay? All right, Simon, I'll show some mistakes. There you go. Arms out, getting tired. Just flailing. Right? Oh, getting tired, just moving and just lifting the leg. See, he got tired, so he started lifting his leg with muscles. That's the opposite of what you want to do. If you're tired, spin your body and let centrifugal force work for you. Let inertia work for you. Okay, spin. Don't lift because you're tired. Do the opposite. Relax and move. Right? Don't do that. Don't throw your arms behind you. Right? Don't do that. Don't get tired and abbreviate your roundhouse kicks. Be careful about that. Don't show it for real. You'll hurt your foot. If you abbreviate your roundhouse kick and pull your leg in, you'll hit with your toes on the roundhouse kick, and you'll hurt your foot. You've got to extend out and spin. Okay? Take your time. Throw good kicks. Don't try to knock it over. Try to throw efficient kicks nice and low. Okay? Your guys are way into it. You only got 45 seconds left. Okay? Now, you can also do this with a kicking shield. If you've got a kicking shield, you can't do this with focus mitts. Okay? So there he's getting tired, he's lifting, he's missing, right? Now he's just going slow. I'm just tired. If you're that tired, move around, catch your breath, and swing it into there, and imagine there's only 10 seconds left in your life. This is it. You win or you lose. Go. There's 10 seconds left in this fight. If it's sport, 10 seconds left in the fight before his friends get here in a self-defense situation. You got 10 seconds left. I don't care how tired you are. Do you want to win or do you want to lose? You want to win. 10 seconds, Simon Miles. Keep this guy up. Win the fight. Right? You got to dig deep. This is where things start to happen and you start to notice, oh, my roundhouse kicks were weak. Right? Good. Thank you. Good time. That beat, then I missed it. Making him work harder. All right. So that's a nice fourth round. Now, that's 8 minutes of training. Okay? You're now getting minutes 7 and 8 of rest if you're going 2 and 2. Now, obviously, we're going way slower than that. But if you go 2 and 2, at this point, your body is tired. You're starting to have trouble catching your breath. You're not recovering in 2 minutes. And you're starting to realize what it's like if you're an amateur fighter and you have to do all of this against someone who's resisting for 2-minute rounds. And you start to think, oh, wow, those guys must really be in shape. You have no idea how in shape we all have to be to fight at that level. Okay? This is just the beginning. All right. But if you start to feel this and you start to feel like, I'm not recovering, I'm really tired. Good. That means this last round is something where you can play. Okay? You can play and shadow box for 2 minutes the bag. And I always like to finish with something fun. I'm tired. I don't want to have to count. I don't want to have to keep track of how many jabs I did, how many crosses I did. So I always leave the last round if I'm doing something like this, especially if I'm so focused on my mobility, is I leave the last round to fight the bag for 2 minutes. I can do any punches and any kicks I want that make sense on the bag. Now you guys know, here's something I want you to think about. If we're doing uppercuts, punch number 3 in our punching drill, uppercuts don't work real well against the bag here. But you can do what's called a dig, which is an uppercut to the body, where you bend your knees and you dig in here. Upside down hand, punching in and up under the rib cage into the diaphragm. The dig punch into the liver, which you're not supposed to do with kidneys, which you're not supposed to do in sport because, well, it can really hurt somebody. Take out of that what you will. Okay? So if you want to throw your uppercuts, you can turn and dig. You can dig in like that. Okay? But let me show you the wrong thing to do. Look at that. Look at the difference between my hand and my head. That's a real bad idea. He's punching me with the hook. My dig hurt his belly. His hook knocked me out. So I got to get down like I'm throwing an uppercut. And I'm going to dig that uppercut into the belly ribs. Okay? And then come back here when I'm done. Right? Right? Dig it in. Dig it in. Dig it in. And come back to your hands back to your face after your punch. So you can work those punches. You can work your long punch, your hooks, right? Your digs. Okay? You can work front knees and roundhouse knees. You can work your kicks. And you can practice your idea of stepping in and out and finding your range. Okay? You can start way out here. And you can front leg kick, back leg roundhouse kick. So, well, I'm actually really close after that kick. What? So I should kick and actually should recover because I can still punch from here. So kicking and stepping down with this wood actually puts me too close for my punches. I'm learning something. Right? Front kick, roundhouse kick, knee. Oh, that starts work. Forearm bracing. Right? all these things, but I don't want to stop there. Okay? I want to move. So I do my front leg. Around, move around, move around, move around. Front leg side kick. Hook and up the bottom. Right? Move around, move around, move around. Keep my hands up. And just play with it and experiment. And in the beginning, you're going to do a lot of false starts. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to go, that didn't feel good. Then you'll either ask me a question or you'll go, well, that didn't feel good because, well, that just ain't going to work. I was just tired and messed up. Okay, that's cool. But the focus of this is thinking about what you're doing, continuous movement, letting your body do the work, not your arms, letting your whole core do the work, not your thighs, right? Don't, right? Lift it up and extend and use all of this. You'll be faster and stronger, okay? So the last round is going to be 2 minutes of shadow boxing the bag, okay? And that's the last thing we're going to do for these 5 rounds, all right? So we did punching, kicking, or whatever, and now everything, okay? All right, here's the last round, stand up side miles. Side miles, I want you to show them every once in a while. Every once in a while, stop and point out a mistake, okay? While you're working, show them, say, okay, here's what happens. Look at me, leave my hands down. Or look what happens if I lose my balance and fall into the back, right? Show them some mistakes while you're doing this, okay? All right, we ready to go? We got 26 seconds before we start because I let it run too long. So everybody get ready. I want you to use all the skill sets you've been working on. I want you to use all the basic kicks, all the basic punches. Basic, right? So we're thinking sport-based punching here. Long punches, uppercuts, hooks, digs, okay? Front knees, roundhouse kick, front kick, side kick. That's it. Go. Good. So he's moving around. He's throwing some punches, okay? Every once in a while, some else just stop and say, here's what I'm doing wrong, and show them.
Go on. Please be careful, especially if you have a smaller bag. Don't want to graze your toes on the roundhouse or in front. Careful.
Lift the knee. The knee. Good, good. Lift the knee. Good.
Don't be afraid of throwing your front knees or your roundhouse knees too.
There you go. If you guys saw that, that wasn't a roundhouse kick. It was a knee. Okay? And when he jammed that knee up, he's throwing some punches that are weak, but he's separating himself and stopping the bag and moving back out. Okay? Because if you throw a knee in a sport, you're probably going to wind up grappling, trapping, or clinching. And we're not clinching this bag. So if you throw that knee and set your forearms up and then back away, that's fine. You're still thinking about being realistic with what you're doing. Okay?
Bend your knees into the belly hooks or the dig.
Right? Drop your weight. Get low. Get under your opponent.
Don't be afraid to get your knees down.
Right? Your thighs should burn because of punching. Okay? Your thighs should be burning as you punch. Drop that weight. Okay? I always say the best.
Don't jam yourself up.
Thank you. Good. Didn't mean to interrupt you. Don't jam yourself up. See, he got in all tight, didn't know what to do. If you get jammed up, you brace and push or you clinch. And then you get back out. If you're working shadow boxing, there's no reason to get that close. Right? If you find yourself getting that close, think, what can I do to stay further away? Let's try to do that again, but not get that close. Recover, maybe.
When you're in a fight, don't be afraid. Just throw some jabs out.
Yes.
Find your range.
That's right. You don't have to hit the bag every time. Put your hand out there. Keep them honest. Okay? Very good.
Also, feel free to play with it. Play with your levels.
Yep. There you go.
You have to cross the different levels.
Good. Stop there. So what he was talking about is an intermediate concept of levels, changing levels and playing levels. We'll say the first concept I teach you that is with the jab. We call it pulling down the zipper or unzipping the jacket. Grab the zipper, pull it down, drop. Right? It's the same jab, but I can hit head, chest, or sternum, or solar plexus, and then of course the gut. Okay? It's the same punch. Right? And I'm just throwing the jab. Right? But if I throw that jab out here and he's putting his hands up here to block it, I just drop it down. When his hands drop, go back up. Jab, jab, jab. Right? So you can move your levels. That's an intermediate concept. Your punch doesn't have to hit the nose every time. You can hit anywhere you want.
Feel free to play around with it. Jab is especially useful to play around with.
Yeah, the jab is really important. It's offensive, it's defensive, it's range finding, it's striking, it's everything. Okay? So that's really good. And that's 5 rounds. You have now trained for 10 minutes on, 10 minutes off, and you're exhausted. You've done a hardcore 20-minute workout of real striking, real kicking that's developing physical strength and cardio and anaerobic, depending on how hard you work. Should be anaerobic, actually, mainly. And building up that lactic acid in your muscles, and you'll be a little tired and sore after this. I might as well need a shower tonight.
Yeah.
But I don't. You're being lazy. Not really. So that's a really good striking skill set workout you can do to incorporate at your house. Now, I want to give a couple little notes to everybody, okay? One of the notes I want to give you all is there are a million things to strike. And in traditional martial arts, there's a lot of esoteric BS out there about hitting things. There's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of misunderstandings. There's a lot of bad science couched as tradition. And there's a lot of tradition that's become dogma. And I hate all of it. Don't hit really hard things with a closed fist. Don't do it. Here's the theory of hitting things, and you're going to hear this a lot. If you study martial arts, you're going to hear this term when it comes to punching. And every time you hear this term, I'm going to teach you another term to think in your head. Every time you hear the term microfractures, I want you to think arthritis. Okay? When someone says, well, you're hitting name anything hard. When you're hitting a brick wall, I know that's a little absurd, but when you're hitting something hard, when you're hitting rope wrapped around the stainless steel post, you're creating microfractures in your knuckles. Replace that with what it really is. You're creating arthritis. You're creating damaged joints. You're creating chipped bone. You're creating nerve damage. And there was a reason they did it, and that reason worked. If you fuse your knuckles into one solid mass of bone and all the nerves are dead, you can hit as hard as you want. You can hit as hard as you can. And then hurt.
And back in the time when that was tradition, well, the average person lived to be about what, 40, 50, if they're lucky?
When people were dying at 45, 50, and this was a way to make sure you didn't die before then, and you didn't have weapons, and the bad guy might, and you turned your hand into a club that you could hit with as hard as you could, and there's a theory out there called one punch, one kill, or one punch victory, or one punch fights. We don't subscribe to that. We believe movement and mobility mitigates that it's very rare. It can happen, but if you're moving, it's much harder to do that. If you've got mobility and movement, the one punch, one strike victory is just not very practical in today's sophisticated world. I'm not saying it can't happen. There's a whole bunch of people out there right now about to, you're so stupid and wrong. No, I'm not. I'm really not wrong. But we don't advocate doing damage to our bodies to become better at striking. Because we live in a world where if this happens, it might happen once in your life, where you're fighting for your life. We don't live in an environment where it's likely to happen a lot. Now, that doesn't mean we don't want to be prepared for it. It doesn't mean we don't want to win if we have to, okay? But I want to live a high quality of life after I win. I do not want to have claws at 45 or 50 because I fused my hand knuckles together by hitting a board until all my bones broke and all my nerves died. That is not self-defense. That is warrior spirit, and that's great. It's not practical for today's modern world at all. And so we don't advocate that. We don't advocate damaging our bodies permanently in the off chance we might have to hit somebody with this hand later, when if I train really diligently and really hard, I don't need to do that, and I have the same chance of winning. Just because my knuckles aren't fused doesn't mean I can't knock him out. I've been training a long time to be able to do that. And also, let's take it to the final note. The science is conclusive. Bone density is really what you're after. And bone density does occur from repeated striking. But guess what? It occurs with repeated striking or repeated stress on the bones in equal amounts. What does that mean? It means power lifters have the densest bones on the planet and they don't hit anything. They lift, they stress their bones constantly and the density improves. You know who has the hardest hands in the planet? Boxers. And they wear big old gloves when they're fighting the whole time because it's continuous stress increases bone density. There is no reason to strike hard objects with bare hands to destroy your knuckles. It doesn't actually do what you really want it to do. It does something different. That still works, but at a monumental cost to your old age. My opinion, backed up by science. Wear gloves, strike a lot, hit heavy bags with gloves on, and you will get bone density in your hands really, really strong, just like boxers do.
If you
Okay?
have
Lift weights.
lift, you can wear lifts, that'll help out, yeah.
Lift weights, your bones will get denser. Okay? Use gloves and strike heavy bags, your bones will get denser in your hands and wrists. You don't need to damage your bones to make them denser. Okay? I say it again. The measured densest bones ever recorded in sports medicine are in power lifters. They do not punch their weights, they lift them. The science. Okay? Stress the bones, stress the muscles, don't break them. Microfracture equals arthritis. You're welcome. Feet together, arms outside, mouse. To chin. Bow. Angle bow, everybody. Enjoy. Ending the live video. Thank you guys. It worked. All right. Thank you. Anybody who's watching on the live stream.